December 20th. Big boys are coming home from the city. Me, with my dark skin, invisible. So I bought this cream, na 15,000 days, guaranteed to make me yellow in 10 days. My friend borrowed me Brazilian hair, 90,000 worth. My sister's designer bag I told her just for Christmas party. By December 25th, I will look like Slay Queen. Those city boys will beg for my number. This year, I'm catching big fish. December 20th. Time to go back to the village and shine. My boss traveling. I'm borrowing his Benz for 2 weeks. My friend's Gucci shirt, my cousin's Rolex watch, my brother's iPhone 14. By the time I reach the village, girls will think I'm big boy from Lagos. I work as messenger in the office, but WHO will know. This December, I'm living like king. Let them see what success looks like. This Christmas is going to be legendary. What they didn't know was that they were about to meet each other, and both their lies were about to explode. This is the story of the Bleached Girl and the Borrowed Benz. Caro woke up at 5 in the morning in her cramped room in Ikeja. She shared the space with 2 other girls. Their clothes hung on lines across the room. The ceiling fan made noise, but gave little breeze. She worked as a shop attendant at Madame Okonkwo's boutique. Her salary was 40,000 naira monthly. She sent 20,000 home to her sick mother in the village. What remained barely covered her rent, food, and transport. She reached under her mattress and pulled out her phone. Instagram opened. Beautiful girls with light skin smiled from the screen. Designer bags, expensive restaurants, foreign trips. Her ex-boyfriend's profile showed him with a new girlfriend. The girl was yellow-skinned and curvy. The caption read, "Upgrade complete." Caro's heart twisted. 3 years together meant nothing because she was dark-skinned. Her roommate, Blessing, turned over. Caro, still looking at that fool's page? Forget him. But Caro couldn't forget. December was coming. Everyone would return to the village. Old classmates would arrive in expensive cars. Her younger cousin had just opened a salon. Even her own younger sister was doing better. Caro felt like a failure. She was 25 and had nothing to show. The decision came suddenly. She would transform. She would become the girl everyone noticed. The bleaching cream seller had promised results in 10 days. 15,000 naira seemed expensive. But what was money compared to respect? She borrowed the money from a loan shark named Mama Ngozi. The interest was 50%, but Caro didn't care. By December, she would catch a rich man. He would pay back everything. Blessing agreed to lend her Brazilian hair. But you must return it by January 5th. I have a wedding. Caro's sister had a designer bag sitting in her wardrobe. Caro borrowed it without asking. Fake jewelry from Yaba Market completed the look. She practiced her new accent in the mirror. She created fake Instagram stories showing borrowed locations, Dubai, London, expensive restaurants she had never entered. Across the city in Surulere, Tyro faced his own mirror. He was handsome with tribal marks and a bright smile. But his smile hid shame. He worked as a messenger at Transnational Logistics. 50,000 naira monthly. He shared a room with 3 other guys. They took turns cooking. He rode Danfo buses to work each day. His boss, Mr. Williams, owned a black Mercedes Benz that Tyro washed every morning. His phone buzzed constantly. WhatsApp messages from village friends. "Guy, when are you buying your car?" His younger brother had just bought a motorcycle. His mother kept asking when he would build a house. Pressure mounted from every side. On Instagram, his mates posed with cars and beautiful girls. Success seemed to be everywhere except in his own life. December approached like Judgment Day. Tyro couldn't return home empty-handed. Then opportunity presented itself. Mr. Williams called him into the office. "Tyro, I'm traveling to South Africa for 2 weeks, December 20th to January 3rd. Watch the office well." The boss handed him keys. "The Benz is in the garage. Don't touch it. Don't touch it." Those words echoed in Tyro's head. But what if he did? His boss would never know. He could drive home, spend 2 weeks living like a king, and return the car before Mr. Williams came back. It was perfect. His friend Emeka had designer shirts. His cousin bragged about his fake Rolex. His brother's iPhone 14 could be borrowed while his brother slept. Everything fell into place. December 23rd arrived. Caro's skin had changed color. The burning sensation was terrible, but she looked lighter. Her hair was installed, her borrowed bag swung on her shoulder. She posted a photo with the caption, "Going home to rest. City life is stressful." The lies felt good. Tyro polished the Mercedes until it shone. He wore borrowed clothes. The Rolex caught sunlight. He posted a photo with caption, "Taking the Benz home for Christmas. Time to relax." His heart pounded with excitement and fear. Both boarded their separate journeys. Caro took a bus, but told people she gave her driver time off. Tyro drove the borrowed Benz with borrowed fuel. They were heading to the same village. Both believed their lies would bring happiness. Both were completely wrong. The collision course was set. December would teach them lessons they would never forget. The village square transformed into a carnival on Christmas Eve. Colored lights hung from palm trees. A DJ blasted the latest Afro beats from massive speakers. Food vendors sold suya, fried rice, and cold drinks. Everyone emerged to see and be seen. December was the season of showing off. Those who had made it in the city returned to prove their success. Those who hadn't stayed home in shame. The square became a stage. Everyone was either performing or watching. Caro arrived at 8 o'clock. Her sister drove her in the family's old Toyota, but Caro made sure to step out where everyone could see. The new light skin glowed under the Christmas lights. The Brazilian hair swayed down her back. The designer bag caught every eye. She wore borrowed heels that pinched her feet. But pain didn't matter. What mattered was the reaction. "Who is that?" voices whispered. "Is that Caro, the shop girl? She has changed. Look at her skin." Caro smiled and waved. She had practiced this moment. Her old secondary school enemies stood in a corner. She walked past them with her head high. Their jealous stares felt like victory. Boys she had crushed on years ago suddenly noticed her. One approached for her number. She gave him a fake one. Tonight, she was hunting bigger fish. But beneath the confidence, reality hurt. Her scalp burned from the tight braids. The bleaching cream had left her skin sensitive. Any small scratch felt like fire. Her stomach growled because she had spent her last money on transport. The borrowed heels cut into her feet, but she smiled through everything. This was her night. Nothing would ruin it. Tyro's entrance came 30 minutes later. The sound arrived first. A Mercedes-Benz engine. Music pumping through expensive speakers. The crowd turned. The black car rolled into the square slowly, deliberately. The windows were down. Tyro's arm rested casually on the door. His designer shirt fit perfectly. The Rolex gleamed on his wrist. He parked where everyone could see. He stepped out with practiced slowness. The village boys rushed over immediately. "Tyro, big boy, you don blow." "Guy, this your car?" Tyro laughed. "Nah, just one of them. I get 3 for Lagos." The lies flowed easily. Too easily. He had rehearsed them so many times they felt true. Girls whispered and pointed. Parents nodded with approval. This was success. This was what their children should become. But inside Tyro's chest, anxiety twisted. The car's fuel gauge showed nearly empty. He had no money to refill it. The borrowed clothes felt tight around his shoulders. The Rolex pinched his wrist. His brother's iPhone battery was dying, and he had forgotten the charger. Every compliment felt like pressure. Every smile felt fake. Then their eyes met across the crowd. Time slowed. The music faded. Everything else blurred. Tyro saw a woman who seemed to glow. Light skin, long hair, designer everything, class and beauty combined. Exactly his type. Caro saw a man who embodied success. Handsome, well-dressed. Expensive car. Confidence. Exactly what she wanted. They moved toward each other. The crowd sensed something and parted. Chemistry crackled in the space between them. Real attraction. Genuine interest. The foundation was fake, but the feelings felt absolutely real. "Hi," Tyro spoke first. "I'm Tyro. I don't think I've seen you around." Caro smiled. She had practiced her accent. "Oh, I've been traveling a lot. Business, you know. I'm Caro." "Business?" Interest sparked in his eyes. "What line?" "Import and export. I bring goods from Dubai and China." The lie rolled off her tongue smoothly. "Impressive. I run a logistics company in Lagos. TAI Logistics." His lie matched hers perfectly. "Oh, wow. We should collaborate." They laughed together. The conversation flowed. He bought her suya with his last 2,000 naira. She accepted gracefully, even though she was starving. More lies were exchanged. Her fake Range Rover, his fake BMW X6, her fake business trips, his fake office building. They believed each other completely. Why wouldn't they? They were both master performers. They exchanged phone numbers. Instagram follows happened immediately. He scrolled through her profile later. Photos at expensive places, designer outfits, business meetings. Everything confirmed his belief. She was successful. She was his level. She scrolled through his profile with the same thoughts. His fake office photos, his borrowed car in different locations, his captions about business deals. Everything matched. He was rich. He was exactly what she needed. They agreed to meet the next day. a proper date. Christmas Day. Both went home thrilled. Caro told her sister, "I found him!" "The one." Tyro called his friend, "Guy, I don't find wife material." Neither suspected the truth. They were two fakers who had found each other in a sea of pretenders. Both thought they had won the lottery. Neither knew they had actually found a mirror. Christmas morning arrived with church bells and harmattan haze. Tyro spent his last money on fuel, just enough to pick up Caro and reach the restaurant. His hands sweated on the steering wheel. This was it, the real first date. He had to maintain the image. He checked his reflection in the rearview mirror. The borrowed shirt looked good. The fake Rolex caught the light. He could do this. Caro stood ready when he arrived. She had worn her best borrowed outfit. Her bleached skin itched terribly in the heat, but she smiled through it. When the Mercedes pulled up, her heart actually fluttered. This man, this car, this life. It could all be hers if she played it right. She slid into the passenger seat with practiced elegance. "You look beautiful," Tyro said. He meant it. Even through all his lies, his attraction was genuine. "Thank you. You look great too." She meant it as well. The chemistry was undeniable. He took her to the best restaurant in town. It wasn't much by city standards, but here it represented luxury. They sat under a thatch umbrella. A waiter brought menus. Caro's stomach growled. She hadn't eaten properly in days, saving money for appearances, but she had to maintain her image. "I'll have the fried rice with full chicken and Chapman," she ordered confidently. Internally, Tyro screamed. That meal cost 6,000 naira. With his order, the bill would hit 12,000. That was his entire remaining money. But he couldn't show weakness now. He smiled casually. "Make it 2. And waiter, bring your best pepper soup as starter." The food arrived. They ate slowly, making conversation. More lies flowed between bites. "My business made 20 million last year," Caro said. "Only 20? My company made 50 million, Tyro countered. "I'm planning to open a branch in Abuja. I just closed a deal for a Lekki branch." Each lie built on the previous one. Neither could stop. To stop would be to reveal the truth, and the truth would destroy this beautiful moment. So they continued, weaving a fantasy that felt better than reality. The bill came. 12,000 naira exactly. Tyro pulled out his last notes. He counted them casually, as if he had millions more at home. "Keep the change," he said to the waiter. There was no change. He was completely broke. But Caro didn't know. She was impressed. He didn't even check prices. Real big boys never did. After lunch, they walked through the village. Everyone watched. Phones came out. Photos were taken. "Power couple," people whispered. The validation felt intoxicating. Caro felt like a princess. Tyro felt like a king. Hand in hand, they strolled through streets where they had once walked as ordinary people. Now they were extraordinary. Or so everyone believed. Under a mango tree, away from crowds, Tyro pulled out a small wrapped package. "I got you something." Caro's heart jumped. A gift. She unwrapped it carefully. Perfume, the bottle, said Dior. She didn't know it was fake. 3,000 naira from Yaba market, but to her it was thoughtfulness. It was romance. It was proof that he cared. Oh my God, Dior, thank you. She hugged him. I have something for you too. She produced a wrapped box. Inside was a Gucci belt, also fake, 2,500 from the same market. But he didn't know. He held it like treasure. Wow, real Gucci, you're too much. He kissed her cheek. The days blurred together in a haze of romance. Boxing Day brought Instagram photo shoots. Caro posed in front of the Benz. Tyro stood beside her, arm around her waist. They posted with matching captions. God's timing is the best. Number power couple number. December blessings. Comments flooded in. See package. Couple goals. This is beautiful. They screenshot everything, feeding on validation like oxygen. December 27th through 30th became a whirlwind. Daily dates. More borrowed fuel from friends who Tyro promised to repay. More expensive meals he couldn't afford. Caro's skin grew worse, patches appearing through the bleaching. Tero's anxiety mounted as January 3rd approached. His boss would return. The car must go back. But love was blinding them both. In each other's presence, reality faded. Only the dream remained. New Year's Eve arrived. They attended crossover service at the village church. Sitting side by side, holding hands, they prayed together. Thank you, God, for bringing us together. The prayers felt genuine. The gratitude was real. Perhaps God could bless a relationship built on lies? Perhaps love could transform deception into truth. At midnight, fireworks exploded. People shouted, "Happy New Year!" Tyro turned to Caro. In that moment, surrounded by celebration, he whispered the words that came from somewhere deep and honest. "I want to marry you." Her eyes filled with tears. "I want to be your wife." They kissed. First kiss. Electric, magical, real feelings trapped in fake circumstances. Around them, people cheered. Nobody knew the truth. Not even Caro and Tyro themselves could separate the real from the fake anymore. That night, things became intimate. In darkness, facades crumbled briefly. She gave herself completely, believing in his success. He promised everything, believing in her wealth. Both were vulnerable, both were genuine in that moment. Real emotion, real connection, but built on a foundation of sand. January 1st, 2 in the morning. They lay together, planning a future. Both meant every word. Both believed the dream. January 1st, 9 in the morning. Tyro's phone rang. His boss, "Where is my car?" January 1st, 10 in the morning. Caro's phone rang. Blessing. "I need my hair back now." Reality was calling. The fantasy was ending. The explosion was coming. January 2nd arrived heavy with dread. Tyro's phone showed 23 missed calls from Mr. Williams. Each voicemail grew angrier. "You thief! You stole my car! I'm calling the police!" But Tyro couldn't face it yet. He sent messages. "Sir, I can explain. Emergency in the village. Bringing car back tomorrow. The lies continued because stopping meant confronting the truth. Caro's phone told a similar story. 15 missed calls from Blessing. Caro, where is my hair? The wedding is in 3 days. Text messages from her sister. Did you take my bag without asking? Reality was catching up, but Caro kept running. She told Tyro she had urgent business in Abuja. He told her about an emergency Lagos meeting. Both knew they were lying. Neither could admit it. January 3rd, 2 in the afternoon. Tyro drove toward Caro's compound for one last goodbye. The fuel gauge showed empty. He had borrowed petrol from 3 different friends that morning, just enough to see her once more before everything collapsed. The village streets felt different now. Less celebratory, more judgmental. December magic was fading. January reality was setting in. He turned onto the main junction. Suddenly, 3 cars blocked his path. Tires screeched. His heart stopped. The vehicles formed a barrier. Men jumped out. His boss, Mr. Williams, emerged from the lead car. Behind him, 2 police officers. Their faces showed no mercy. A crowd gathered instantly. Village people lived for drama. Phones came out. Recording began. Everyone pushed closer. You, Mr. Williams pointed at Tyro. You stole my car. Tyro's hands shook on the steering wheel. Sir, I can explain. Explain? Get out of my car. Tyro stepped out. His legs barely held him. The crowd pressed tighter. Whispers became shouts. The police moved forward. One grabbed his arm. You're under arrest for theft. No, please. Tyro fell to his knees. Right there in the junction, in front of everyone. Sir, I was going to return it. I'm sorry. Please. Mr. Williams stood over him, furious. He turned to the crowd. His voice carried across the junction. You all see this boy? You think he's big man? He's my messenger. He earns 50,000 naira monthly. He washes my car every morning. Everything you see on him, borrowed from my house. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Phones recorded every second. Tyro's face burned with shame. He covered his face with his hands. This couldn't be happening. Not here. Not in front of everyone. This shirt? Mr. Williams grabbed Tyro's collar. My friends. This watch? My cousin's. This phone? Stolen from my brother. This boy is a thief and a liar. At that exact moment, Caro arrived. She had been coming to meet him. She heard the commotion from 2 streets away. She pushed through the crowd, confused. What was happening? Where was Tyro? She broke through to the front. She saw him, on his knees, in borrowed clothes, surrounded by police, his boss shouting about him being a messenger. Her mind couldn't process it. Confusion turned to shock. Shock turned to horror. Their eyes met across the chaos. His face showed shame, devastation, tears streaming down. Her face showed disbelief, disgust, betrayal. She stepped backward, shaking her head. Caro, wait! Tyro tried to stand. The police pushed him down. Caro, I can explain, but she was already running. Away from the scene. Away from the humiliation. Away from the lie that had become her life. She ran blindly, not caring where. Just away. Far away, the crowd's attention shifted. "That's his girlfriend," someone shouted. "The light-skinned girl. She was with him." More phones pointed. More videos captured. The story was too good. Fake big boy exposed. His fake girlfriend running away. December lies catching up with January truth. Caro stopped at a roadside stall, gasping for breath. She bought pure water with her last 50 naira. Her hands shook as she drank. Her mind spun. Tyro wasn't rich. He was a messenger. Everything was borrowed. Everything was fake. Just like her. "That's my hair on your head." Caro turned. Blessing stood there with two friends. Their faces showed fury. "Blessing, please," Caro started. "Please what?" "You think say I no go find you? 3 days to the wedding and you're hiding with my 80,000 naira hair. I'll return it next week, I promise." "Next week?" Blessing moved closer. Her friends flanked her. "You don use do package. You don catch fake boyfriend. You don disgrace me." Before Caro could react, Blessing grabbed the Brazilian hair and yanked hard. The tracks came off in chunks. Caro screamed. Pain exploded across her scalp. The hair came away, revealing her real hair underneath. Thin, damaged. Patches from the bleaching chemicals. Her scalp showed burns. Different colors, dark spots mixed with raw pink areas. A crowd formed around them. More phones, more recording, more shame. "See her real hair," one of Blessing's friends shouted. "See what she was hiding. Nah, bleaching creams scatter her skin," another voice called. "She's not even yellow. Nah, cream." Someone in the crowd recognized her. "That's Caro. She works for Madame Okonkwo. She's just a shop girl," another voice. "The guy was fake. Now the babe too?" Both of them? Laughter erupted. Cruel, mocking. Phones captured everything. Caro stood in the center, exposed. Bald patches visible. Bleached scalp showing damage. Tears streaming. The designer bag was snatched by her sister who had arrived. "You thief! You took my bag without asking." Tyro appeared, having been released temporarily by police pending investigation. He heard the new commotion. He pushed through another crowd. He saw Caro, the real Caro, damaged hair, bleached skin showing burns, crying, exposed, just like him. Their eyes met again. This time with full recognition. Understanding dawned on both faces simultaneously. She was fake too. He was fake too. They had been mirrors reflecting each other's lies. "You," Tyro whispered. Caro couldn't speak. She just cried. The phones captured everything. Within hours, videos spread across social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Hashtags trended. Number December fakes. Number fake love. Number borrowed Benz. Number bleached girl. Comments multiplied. They deserved each other. Fake couple of the year. This is what December does. Millions watched, millions laughed, millions learned. By evening, they stood in separate crowds, separate exposures, separate shames, but united in one truth. Their lies had destroyed everything. January 5th brought cold reality. Tyro sat in his family's small parlor. His father wouldn't look at him. His mother cried quietly in the corner. The termination letter lay on the center table. Fired. Mr. Williams refused to forgive. The police had released Tyro after his father begged and promised restitution. But the damage was done. His job was gone. His reputation was destroyed. His future looked like ruins. The bill arrived by messenger. 500,000 naira for car damages. Fuel used. Excessive mileage. Theft and unauthorized use. The paper shook in Tyro's hands. 500,000. He didn't have 5,000. His friends came for their borrowed items. The shirt, the watch, the phone. Each retrieval felt like losing another piece of himself. His roommates in Lagos had boxed his belongings and left them outside, evicted. No rent money, no room. WhatsApp groups exploded with his story. Screenshots, videos, memes. His face became a warning. Don't be like Tyro, the fake big boy. He couldn't go anywhere without whispers following. Shame became his shadow. He moved back to the village permanently. His parents' compound felt like prison. Across the village, Caro faced her own reckoning. Madame Okonkwo had seen the videos. She called Caro personally. Don't bother coming back. You're fired. The shop job that had sustained her was gone. Mama Ngozi, the loan shark, came knocking. 22,500 naira. 15,000 borrowed plus 50% interest. Pay now, or I'm taking you to vigilante. Blessing demanded 30,000 for the damaged hair. You spoiled it. Full replacement cost. Caro's sister refused to speak to her. The designer bag had been borrowed without permission. Trust was broken. Family bonds strained. Her bleached skin told its own story. Permanent patches. Burns that wouldn't heal. Discoloration that marked her forever. The doctor's appointment brought the worst news. The cream you used contained mercury and hydroquinone at dangerous levels. You've destroyed your melanin production. Some damage is permanent. Treatment will cost 150,000 naira. Even then, your skin will never return to its original state. 150,000. Caro had nothing. Her savings before December had been 40,000. Now she owed everyone and had nothing to show except damaged skin and painful memories. She returned to the village in shame, hiding in her mother's compound, avoiding everyone. January 15th. Early morning at the village well. Caro came before sunrise to avoid people. She lowered her bucket into the water. The rope burned her hands. Everything hurt now, body and soul. As she pulled the bucket up, she sensed someone watching. She turned. Tyro stood there, holding his own bucket. They froze. Neither spoke. The morning mist swirled around them. Finally, Tyro broke the silence. His voice came out rough. I'm sorry I lied to you. Caro's eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry I lied to you too. Long silence. Only the sound of water dripping from their buckets. Tyro's voice cracked. Were you ever real with me? Any of it? Caro met his eyes. Were you? Both stood there, crying quietly. The truth hung between them like morning fog. Heavy, inescapable, real. I destroyed my skin for fake love, Caro whispered, touching her damaged face. I destroyed my life for fake respect, Tyro responded, staring at his calloused hands. More silence. The village slowly woke around them. Roosters crowed. Someone started a generator. Life continued despite their ruins. What we had! Tyro's voice was barely audible. The feelings. Was that real? Caro thought about it. The chemistry had been real, the attraction genuine. But everything else? I don't know anymore. How can real feelings grow from fake lives? They had no answer. They parted ways at the well, forever, both knowing they could have been perfect together. If only they had been real. If only they had chosen truth over appearance. If only December hadn't made them crazy. 3 months passed. March arrived with rain and reflection. Caro sat in a dermatologist's clinic in town. The treatment was expensive. She borrowed from her mother's churchwomen. Small amounts from many sources. The doctor applied cream to her damaged skin. This will help. But remember, some scars are permanent. I know, Caro said softly. She looked in the mirror daily. Her skin reminded her constantly. The dark patches, the lighter areas, the burns that wouldn't fade. I had beautiful dark skin, she told her reflection. I destroyed it for a fake man who turned out to be as fake as me. She had gotten a new job, housemaid for a family in town. The pay was less than the shop, 30,000 monthly. But she was grateful. Slowly, she repaid her debts. Mama Ngozi, blessing, her sister. Each payment hurt, but each payment freed her a little. The bleaching cream cost 15,000 naira, she reflected during treatment. The damage will cost me 150,000 to partially fix. My savings before December was 40,000. I'm now 110,000 poorer. I've learned the most expensive lesson of my life. You cannot attract real love with a fake life. Across town, Tyro rode an Okada motorcycle. He had bought it with money borrowed from his uncle. Now he was a commercial motorcyclist. Each day, he ferried passengers through dusty streets. Each day, he remembered the Mercedes Benz, the borrowed car that had destroyed his life. That car wasn't mine, he thought while waiting for passengers. The respect it brought wasn't real. The woman I attracted with that fake life was fake too. He was paying back the 500,000 in installments. 200,000 paid so far, 300,000 remaining. At his current rate, it would take 3 more years. 3 years to pay for 2 weeks of fake life. I had a job, he reflected during slow periods. I had real friends. I had dignity. I threw it all away for village girls' attention, for Instagram likes, for December validation. He looked at his phone. The videos were still online, still trending occasionally, still teaching people, but the lesson had come at the cost of his life. In the village, Caro and Tyro's story became legend. Every December, parents warned their children. Remember the Bleached Girl and the Borrowed Benz. The elders told it like folklore. Young people thought twice before faking. The story saved some, but many still ignored it, thinking they would be smarter, more careful. The cycle continued. The final lesson came wrapped in pain but delivered with love. Caro wrote it in her journal during treatment. Fake life attracts fake love. Real life attracts real love. I destroyed myself trying to be someone else. The right person would have loved the real me, but I never gave them the chance. Tyro wrote similar words in his own notebook during breaks. Show me your real life, and I'll show you real love. I borrowed everything to impress everyone. I ended up with nothing and nobody. 3 years of payments, a lifetime of regret, all for 2 weeks of fake glory. The narrator's voice, if such a thing existed, would have said this: Caro destroyed her skin for a fake man. Tyro destroyed his life for a fake woman. Both paid everything for temporary validation. The lesson? Listen carefully. Fake life attracts fake love. Real life attracts real love. Your dark skin is beautiful. Your 50,000 naira salary is honest. Your hustle is real. Your journey is yours. Don't bleach your skin for December, boys. Don't borrow cars for village girls. Don't fake success for Instagram likes. Because fake life has 3 guarantees. You'll attract people who love the lie, not you. The truth always comes out. When it does, you'll lose everything, including yourself. This December, choose differently. Be proudly, unapologetically, beautifully real. The right person will love the real you, and that love will be real too. The pain of staying real is temporary. The consequences of living fake are permanent. Choose wisely.